No, that sounds terrible. They can't reclaim anything. It's not theirs. They're not Aboriginal. That's whose land it is.
Hold on. Put my other hat on. Hold on. No. Cause what?
Y'all hear what he just said? He said it wasn't theirs to begin with. It was the Aboriginals. Shout out to the lads. Hold on. Shout out to the lads. Doing, mate. Yo, lads, a few things I want to talk about, but I'm going to get to the point. I promise I ain't going to talk your ears off. First thing first, I want to talk about my consistency. I haven't been dropping videos. This month has been, I ain't going to lie, it's been one of the worst months of my life. Like, so far. Because eventually I just know it's going to get worse. It's like, that's how life is. As good as it get bad. So it's a roller coaster. Life hasn't beat me up to its full capacity yet. So I'm just trying to like hang in there. Like, come on, get it together, TT, because shit is just not going to get no better. So you either got to learn to accept shit that you can't control and still work with dealing with all the bullshit, which I have been doing, though. I have been dropping videos. I just haven't been dropping them as consistent. And that's the one thing about me, because it's really hard to work when you are dealing with some shit. You understand? Like, you guys know exactly what I mean. Like, being a content creator, it's no different from working a 9 to 5. Sometimes you're not in the mood to work, but you still got to get the job done. So I just want to say thank you guys for still being, rocking with me. Shout out to all the members that haven't left because of the consistency. I promise you, I'm getting way better. I'm getting back to my old self, back to my normal self. I'm going to be dropping 10 videos a week. Coming up. Another thing too I want to address, make sure you guys get at my other channel. So if you ever missing me so much, you're like, yo, where's the TT content? Go get at my other channel. The link is in the description. I'll have more content there. But the vlogs and things of that nature, y'all gonna find that on the other channel. All right. Now that that's out the way, Bra Boys. Is it Bra Boys or Bra Boys? I believe it's Bra Boys, right? Like Bra Boys. It's Bra Boys. I got a little accent. All right. So apparently one of them was on an interview and they talked about the riots going crazy. Now I didn't even know. One of my subscribers put me on. So subscribe for the vibe. Let's go.
But so were you living in Maroubra when the riots happened?
I was, but I was actually on tour with my mate's band from America, and I was in Melbourne the day it happened. Yeah,
because they were fucking crazy.
They were. But one misconception.
For anyone who doesn't know what I'm talking about, because some of my listeners are younger, if you go on Google and you look up the Cronulla riots, they were heaps massive. What was it? It wasn't specifically with the Bra Boys and the Lebanese community?
No, that's what I'm going to say. We weren't involved at all.
Yeah.
It was at Cronulla, and the problem was, right, and this is good that this is going out there, the local surfers and local people of Cronulla just didn't handle their own shit for a long time. So the problem they have, similar to Port Noarlunga, they've got a train line that runs to their beach, right? So for a long time, they had people from all over Sydney go to their beach, right? And that's what the beach is for. It's for everyone. I'm not saying Lebanese people or this and that can't go to the beach. Totally not saying that. But these people would come into the area, act like fucking idiots, and not get checked on it. And it happened for years and years and years. And the locals in Cronulla were all, I was going to say weak something or others, but they should have done something. In Maroubra, right? I saw it happen a lot. Guys are...
Oh, so basically what he's saying is, and I ain't going to say no names, but what he's saying is they was over there tripping. You know what I mean? We allowed them, not even, like we was cool with them coming to the beach. It didn't bother us until they started messing with our people. So basically, it just sounded like one bad apple kind of spoiled the bunch. That's how that happens, It's kind of like what's going on in America. Yo, migrants is tripping. Now, not all migrants, but a lot of them is tripping. They shooting at the police. These motherfuckers touching little... It's real disgusting with them. You know what I'm saying? So, I get it. And it kind of sucks because not everybody's a bad person, but it's like sometimes that one bad apple, man. But I like to say it like this. This is how you solve that. There's one bad apple that's spoiling the bunch. Get rid of the apple. How, TT? I don't know. Body him. I don't know. It's up to y'all to figure out.
they'd come down, act like fuckwits, they'd get handled, you know? Told either don't come back or don't act like that here. You're not going to get away with it. And it never happened. So that's why Maroubra now, I feel, well, it's got what's that fucking word?
Gentrified.
Yeah, anyway. But I mean, it was always, if you didn't act like a fuckwit, it was the not best beach to be at, you know what I mean? Anyway, so for years and years, these guys would come into Cronulla, act like fucking idiots, do dumb shit, and they'd get away with it. And they'd probably piss everyone off, but no one did anything about it. So then there was a few tipping points. I think a volunteer lifeguard was punched, and a girl might have been, I'm not sure exactly, a girl was treated inappropriately. And then they started sending texts around, let's reclaim the beach, let's like full Aussie bogan shit, you know what I mean? Australia, like. Whereas if they had have just dealt with the individuals,
What I just said. Let me tell you something, yo. And that's why a lot of y'all rock with me, because I be saying some real shit. And we some real ass lads here. You feel me? Y'all know I identify as Australian. So we understand each other. Like I just said, if it's one bad apple spoiling, get rid of the apple. It's just that simple, B. That's why I couldn't be no cop. I couldn't be no big homie. Because a lot of these little niggas is bugging out because they ain't listening to their big homie. I couldn't be no big homie. Because me, if you don't follow my orders, you're gone the next day. One person cannot ruin the program. It's just that simple. Get rid of the apple. He touched the girl inappropriately, body him. Cause I don't play that. I'm sorry. There's no levels when it comes to disrespecting women and doing all that. Burn them. Like there's no, give them 6 months, no life in hell. Like I don't.
give them a fucking hiding. They deserved it. But the whole Lebanese community isn't banned. You know what I mean? Like, dude, we would have got bashed if we were there. It was anyone not white. You would have died.
Yeah, no.
You know what I mean? Like, that's how stupid it was.
Yeah.
And it started with good intentions. Like, let's fucking no, that sounds terrible. They can't reclaim anything. It's not theirs. They're not fucking Aboriginal. That's whose land it is.
No. Cause what? Hold on. Cause I gotta know what the hell going on here. Hold on.
Did y'all hear what he just said? He said it wasn't theirs to begin with. It was the Aboriginals. Talk your shit, bruh.
Yeah.
And it started with good intentions. Like, let's fucking no, that sounds terrible. They can't reclaim anything. It's not theirs. They're not fucking Aboriginal. That's whose land it is, you know, but...
And let me speak on something. Because I got a comment the other day. And y'all know me. I got a comment the other day talk about... To be honest, it was an old video too. So I don't even know exactly what I said that triggered the comment. But I guess I was talking about defending myself against men. If ever need to, or whatever the case may be. And I got a comment talking about, oh, please, TT, you couldn't defend yourself against a 16-year-old boy. What? Little nigga, okay? I done been in the worst places, the worst environments, the worst predicaments you can ever imagine. And I survived with not a scar on my face. With not a inappropriate, with not a near another nothing. Okay? I've been around real, okay? You will run to your mommy being 2 seconds around them. I've been in real life heated situations. Okay? So I say that to say, if you think for 1 second, I don't know how to defend myself, I don't know how to protect myself, I don't know how to protect the wife that I'm going to have, the kids that I eventually have, because I'm not a man, then you're bugging. You're bugging, okay? I get up and I work out every day. And fun fact, strength ain't got nothing to do with... You could be the strongest nigga, but if your mind ain't right, if you don't know how to get yourself out of situations, you ain't never take a self-defense class, if you don't know how the human body works, then you will not survive in this jungle, baby boy. Fuck your strength. Fuck your muscles if you ever thought. So, yeah, I didn't go to tell him that. And then he gonna comment talking about something. What he said? Talking about, oh, me and my mother laughing at you. I said, boy, your mother should have swallowed you. Because, what? I feel she should have, honestly, because you the type of nigga, what you gonna tell your daughter? She needs a man to protect herself? Come on, it's so much women in this world. And we don't walk around with fear. Oh my God, a man is gonna hurt me. Are you dumb? Some of us want a nigga to try us just so we could prove y'all wrong. Just thought I should say that.
Anyway, so that was the start of it. Then on that day, it turned to shit. The numbers got bigger and bigger. People started drinking, and then they just started attacking anyone that's not white. That's fucking racist. It's just Aussie bogan mentality.
Yeah, and it boiled over really hard.
Yeah, and the one guy that got put on the newspapers and everything, don't know what I should say here. Let's just say he's not around anymore.
Yeah, right. Fucking.
So anyway, the only...
Well, what happened to him? You know what? Tell me in my DMs. It's going to be our little secret.
involvement we had was the next night, because the fucking media go, oh, it was the Bra Boys. So the Lebanese community who don't fuck around, dude, they're, you know what I mean? They
especially in New South Wales,
they've come from
pretty hectic people.
war-torn fucking, you know what I mean? If you want to go to war, they'll go to war. So they said, all right then, let's go to Maroubra. You know what I mean? And then the next night they fucking tore through Maroubra, smashed every car. One of our mates just happened to be there with his wife having dinner, and he went out to say, I don't know what he went out to do, but him and some of the Brazilian dudes, which I always respect, they backed him up. They got fucking a hiding though. There's probably 50 on 5. And so then the next day, obviously that annoyed us, because
50 on 5? I ain't gonna lie. Okay. Because I like to be real transparent with y'all. If I'm ever in a situation where it's me and my homies, you know what I mean, people are my day ones, and we're outnumbered, and we agree to stay and fight, I'm gonna get some new friends. Cause what? Nigga, let's go back and regroup. Let's all get out of here. Like, what? You want to die? Now, how is that going to help anybody if we all going? You know what I mean? Then we got to hope somebody going come back and spin the block for us. Man, I don't trust nobody but myself. So, and I don't even trust me half the time. So I say that to say 50 on 5, hell no. I'm sorry, no. No. Unless we got, if we don't got it on us, no, we are out. And we're going to come back when we at least 30 at least. Like, that's not even a, what? Nah. If it's 50 of us and 5 of you, you are losing. We are bodying you.
we didn't have anything to do with it. So then you come into our place and do that. So then I'm getting phone calls and everyone's gearing up and getting shit ready. And I'm thinking, it's going to sound like a fucking war. Like, and when I say gearing up, they're getting weapons, and because they were ready if they wanted to come back. And I'm like, I was in Melbourne and I was with one of my good mates, Corey, who's in a band called Internal Affairs. And he's like, let's go. I'll come back. And and I'm like, well, the tour's on. We can't just leave the tour. And one, I don't want to have anything to do with that kind of fucking shit. It sounded scary.
People are going to die.
I honestly thought people were going to die.
Yeah.
They've got guns for sure. And I assume we might have had some. Who knows? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Either way, so there's more ways to fucking... If you
it's
kick
just a terrible... And it's all over nothing.
Yeah.
We fucking had nothing to do with it. So luckily, we had a connection with one of the bike gangs. I won't say who. They came down and they squashed it all. And if they...
Basically, because the bikies don't play that. So the bikies was like, wrap this up. And now... Shout out to the bikies.
They didn't. Fuck knows what would have happened.
Yeah.
And the police had nothing to do with anything. They're fucking useless, obviously. But yeah, I hate it when we get brought up with the Cronulla riots shit, because it had nothing to do with us. It was just
it was
guys.
depicted that way.
Yeah, of course it was. And for your general person, if you look at a map, Cronulla's nowhere near Maroubra. We had nothing to do with it. If it happened at Maroubra, yeah. It was just the next night where something happened. But even recently, this band we played with had a lyric and it said something about that, and I won't mention who they are. I don't want to give them any more publicity, but I wanted to meet with them to talk, and they obviously didn't.
Was that your thing you posted on your story?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know the law behind the fucking...
I was actually been waiting to cross paths with them for a while, and they weren't there. They whatever.
Yeah,
I wasn't going to do anything.
You were really amped up about that.
Dude, it's just like... speaking about something you got no idea about,
Yeah.
and putting it out to an audience too. So then everyone that hears that thinks again that that's true. It's just fucking stupid.
And that's and that's why I be holding these content creators like to a certain point. You probably thinking, TT, you a content creator? Yeah, but I do reactions, and when if I'm gonna do a documentary, if I'm gonna do a video where I'm showing you guys something, I'm gonna have it together, at least 99.9% together. It's but so much you can know other than hearing it from the horse's mouth. You understand? Or 9 times out of 10 is what you're getting from the internet. If you're not actually in that moment, you ain't gonna get all your facts together. But it's good to not speak on shit unless you at least got it. Just have it 99.9. So I'm gonna say, 'cause there's always that 1% of only the person would know. You understand?
Like, I'm aware that there's I'll call it a misconception of what a bra boy is, or a perception, but they've fucking got no idea. I'd love to have a conversation with them. Like I said to you before, get 100 people. You'll have good people, you'll have bad people, and you'll have people that make money doing things that aren't legal, and that's what the bra boys is.
To you, are the bra boys? Would you see that you're like when you were growing up as a gang?
No, not really.
Just a pack of boys who love to surf.
Yeah, just a whole bunch of mates. And, like, I don't know.
That looking after
I know
each
we
other.
got termed as a gang, and there was some fucking database.
Really?
I don't know if I should say this. Wayno probably doesn't know this, but when he was arrested, I was pulled in because I was working at the airport.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I thought I'd done something at work. But so there's international and domestic. And I don't know if it was the day he was arrested or it would have been or afterwards. It wasn't before, obviously. And they're
Because
like,
they thought you were maybe doing
because I'm at the
dodgies.
airport.
Doing
I've
dodgies.
got an ASIC card. Even now, when I renew my ASIC card, which is like your ID at the airport, mine always takes longer. And I'm
Do you
just
still work at the
suspicious.
airport?
I do now, but I'm not on the tarmac.
Yeah, right.
But back when I was in Sydney, so that day, I reckon it was that day from memory,
I reckon.
2 guys come in and they're in uniform. They asked who I was or where I was, and I'm just like, what the fuck?
For anyone who doesn't know, who hasn't seen the podcast, one's my most popular podcast. I did a podcast with Wayne Cleveland. He got done for traffic. He is a bra boy, and he got done trafficking large scale amounts of cocaine into Australia. And he got
Oh, okay. I'm about to say traffic in what? Because if he would have said something, duh, but he said traffic and some other stuff. Okay. Free that man. He ain't do nothing. He was trying to survive.
16 years jail. So when we did the podcast, I didn't.
Yo, don't nothing piss me off than somebody getting mad years for some coke. Like, you gonna give a nigga 16 years for coke? Oh, it kills people. Yeah, but they ain't telling them to take it for some coke. That would never sit right with me. TT, what you think is a good year? I'm gonna tell you right now. I think if you selling some coke, I think a fair enough jail sentence would be like probation. Don't do it again for 6 months. It's just some coke. Come on now.
Didn't realize how fresh it was.
Yeah.
And I was like, so
how
how long you been out? I was expecting him to say like fucking 10, 12 years. He's like, 2.5 years.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, fuck, you're fresh. Fresh, that's a lot of time.
No, but yeah, like that whole situation and fucking for them to come over to me. That's what I mean. That's why I'm like, they must have some sort of.
Oh, yeah.
But when you ask if it was a gang, no, it's not like we're organised crime, fucking, and we're kicking money back to each other. No, it's just a bunch of friends, and yeah, some did things. You know what I mean?
We were saying before,
Like any group.
We were saying before that
There's bad apples.
because I was telling you how the movie was massive in my generation because it was like it's cool. Like when you depict someone as a criminal or something, it's enticing.
Yeah,
it's
everyone loves that.
It's
shit.
enticing. So, and you were saying how you're not heaps fond of the movie because
Yeah, no.
how it depicts the and
Oh, drop a comment. What's the movie? It's a movie?
kids from the area
Yeah.
who came from good houses
Yeah,
ended
they-
up going out and being dickheads.
They thought they had to live up to this expectation of being a fucking idiot. Whereas, and that's the way Macca made the movie, and I'm not speaking on his behalf, but he probably feels the same as me. I feel like it influenced the younger generation negatively. You know what I mean? Whereas, especially by the time that come out, I'd turned the corner for me, And most of my friends were the same. They weren't about fighting and being a fucking idiot. And that's the thing with Maroubra. Like, still to
like I keep saying that, being an idiot. Yeah, a lot of you niggas is idiots.
this day, if you go there and be a fuckwit, you're probably going to get bashed. You know, And possibly not. But I mean, that's the same anywhere. I'd like to think. Like you. That's
If you're
just-
a dickhead in
Yeah.
fucking Morphet Vale,
Exactly. You just listen, man. If you're a bad apple, man, you gotta go. It's just that simple. I feel like the world would be a better place if we just got rid of all the bad apples. Okay.